Hello and welcome back. Today you guys are going to be reacting to something special. So you must be wondering what it is. Well, you're going to be reaching to Leon and Nergal's kids.
Wait, did you say Leon's kid?
Yes, Leon's kid with Nergal.
What I'm going to have a kid with him. I can't have a kid with a monster like him.
You're not having just one kid with him, you're having twin. They are both girls.
But he's a monster. What if he does something to them?
He won't, because they both escaped and ran away when they were young. Most of the things that happened to them wouldn't have happened if you would have taken good care of them.
Oh, what's that you're watching? Oh, Barbados! That is definitely a sin! Come on, you need to repent for your horny.
The first child's name is Sally Williams.
Don't be shy, girl, go bonanza. Shake your body like a belly dancer. Promise me a place. Baby, we built this house on memories. Take my picture now. Shake it till you see it.
And everybody's watching her, but she's looking at.
Rain is falling like rhinestones from the sky.
Sally was 8 years old and was a polite, cheerful, and very obedient girl. Like any other day, she was playing in the street with her friends when her mother, Mary, called her to eat. During lunch, she told her that her uncle was coming to visit, something that made the little girl very happy. A few days later, Uncle Johnny arrived at the family home, awakening everyone's joy. After greeting Sally's parents, they caught up with the news. Johnny had parted ways with Karen, his wife, but he seemed happy with that. They had a family dinner and everyone raved about the delicious dishes Sally's mother prepared. But the little girl was very sleepy and had been rubbing her eyes for a while. It was time to go to bed. Her uncle offered to walk her to her bedroom. He carried her in his arms and together they entered the room. Johnny closed the door behind him and looked at the terrible disorder that reigned in the room. That amused him. Together, they looked for the pajamas that the little girl would wear. Even he joked about finding some with strawberries. In the end, they chose one with the unicorns. They both loved them. Her uncle began to undress her, but the girl told him that she could do it herself. However, he continued with the work. He put her pajamas on, and soon after, Sally's mother came in to see if they could manage on their own. She kissed her daughter, and Uncle Johnny told her that he would stay with her for a while longer. She smiled and left them alone. But Uncle Johnny had a strange face. He was going to do something very bad. As the days passed, Mary noticed that the girl was very strange. Her character had completely changed. She was sad. Therefore, she approached to talk to her and asked if everything was alright. Without saying anything, the girl began to cry inconsolably. When she could, she stammered,
Mom, I didn't want to play his game.
After telling her what happened, her mother told her that it had just been a nightmare and that she had to forget about it. She held her tight to comfort her. She later told her husband that her daughter was having horrible nightmares. While they were talking, Johnny interrupted them to let them know that he was going to the store and that he could take Sally. The mother agreed and Sally reluctantly got into his car. But when they passed the supermarket, her uncle just kept going. He did not stop his car. He was smiling at the wheel, and the girl was behind, totally terrified. Finally, her uncle parked the car in an old, disused park. When he stopped the engine, he turned and, addressing the girl, he said, "You have broken the rules of the game. You said you would play, and you did not do well. Then he got out of the car and also took the girl out. You have to be punished for breaking the rules. Same day, a couple found the girl's body in the park. She was dead. A few days later, a teenager heard strange noises as he was about to go to bed. He thought he had closed the door tightly, but still got up to look. As he approached it, he heard a moan, like a woman's crying. And then he saw a hunched girl, covered in blood and crying. "Who are you?" he asked. The girl stopped crying and more blood began to flow from her body. Then she said, "This is my home." Sally had snuck into her old home, where she'd been happy with her parents so many times. With a serious face, she turned to the boy and said, "Do you want to play? Play with me."